Hello everyone, welcome to your 30-minute Pilates class with me, April. Today we have a seated class and it's for people who work at desks, or maybe you just sit down a lot and you just need a few little stretches. We've got a 30-minute class for you to really loosen you up and make you feel good. So all you need is a chair. It doesn't really matter what chair you've got. I've obviously got an armchair, but as long as you've got a little bit of support in it, that's fine. We can do these exercises, like I say, sat down. You could even do them stood up. But the idea is we relax our upper body. Our posture changes a lot when we sit down a lot. Even me, just now, I was rounding through sat like this and I was like, no, you have to sit up. So it is amazing how when you don't really look after your posture, you'll find that you have a lot of imbalances within your body. Now, don't get me wrong, every single person has imbalances within their body. That is just a skeletal system and the muscles. It's just how it works. So there's no need to worry too much. We can always do some stretches and exercises just to really help loosen off those areas. And that is what I'm going to do today. Of course, this will be saved to the page, and I try and do my sessions within like little 10-minute blocks. So if you've only got 10 minutes, you can even mute me and just follow along at your desk if it doesn't disturb your work too much. But these aren't suitable for when you're driving. So just make sure that you're got a nice space. So maybe in the quiet area and you can just relax and really concentrate. So as always, by the way, if you have any pre-existing injuries, please go and consult a healthcare professional before you do some of these exercises. Listen to your body. If you're ever in pain, then you need to just relax. Okay, here we go. So I've got a nice comfy armchair and I'm going to sit right back in my armchair. I do have a cushion. I would always recommend having a cushion just to soften that back and that spine a little bit, but we just want to make sure that we're not sort of too stiff. And when it comes to posture, we don't want to push our chest forward. We really want to keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Also as well, you want your feet hip width apart. So if I lift my feet up, the heels go out, the toes go forward, and then the feet go down. Okay, we also don't want our feet too further forward. I'm going to just try and move my camera if I can, just so you can see my feet. Yes, that's better. Fantastic. So the heels go out and the toes go forward there. And all you're going to do is just make sure that your lower back is imprinted into the chair. I'm going to just move it. Lower back is imprinted and just settle down and just try and relax slightly. That's all I want you to do, is just try and relax. We're often very busy, and I'm a big believer. Oh, sorry, I'm just struggling a little bit with this. I'm a big believer in just relaxing. Our bodies and our minds will follow, and it helps us to create a bit more of a healthier life everywhere, not just within our bodies. So sit back, have your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, drop the shoulders, breathe in and breathe out. And when we do this, you can close your eyes. We're going to do this 10 times through. Excuse me, my cough is still lingering a little bit. I want you to check in with yourself. Check in with your body. Where do you feel any tension? Maybe you feel, maybe you've had a really good week and you feel really fit and healthy. Maybe you're a little bit ill at the moment. I know there's a lot going around. So maybe you could just do these few exercises in your chair just to create a little bit of movement, but just check in with yourself. So close your eyes if you wish, drop your shoulders down and away, and the hands can just rest onto the thighs. And inhale, exhale. Really take your time. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Now just keep yourself nice and grounded, but just check in with your body now and see how you're feeling. Whenever we use our breath, and we use our breath very consciously, we tend to feel a lot more relaxed, and it helps with our nervous system. And when you help and settle your nervous system, you'll be amazed at how much better and sort of happier you feel within yourself. So now just see how you feel at the start of the class, and now check in with your body to see how you feel. So obviously if you've got any aches and pains, they will still be present. I'm not saying that breathing solves absolutely everything, but it will just help to ground you down, which I'm a big believer that will really, really help you. So wherever you've got your aches and pains, or maybe just feel a little bit stiff, that's, you know, it's, if you stand on your feet all day, you might have a little niggle in your lower back, or you might have like walked a lot over the weekend and your legs feel a bit tight. That's okay. We're going to stretch out everywhere, but we're just going to sit down whilst we do so. So these, like I said, these exercises are suitable if you sit at a desk. You could do them on the hour, every hour if you get the time, just for a couple of minutes even. You'll be amazed at how much it changes. A lot of people who are maybe taxi drivers or long haul lorry drivers, don't forget Pilates is for everyone, not just women, men, and will massively feel the benefits on this too. And also builders, carpenters, plumbers, etc. Hairdressers is a big one, beauticians, everyone, anyone that sort of sits in a crooked position for a long time. So dropping the shoulders down and away, place the hands on top of the thighs, and all you're going to do is push your elbows down as if they're trying to meet your hips. So this is one you can do for 30 seconds on the hour, every hour, just to try and stretch off and release any tension in your trapezius muscles, which if you've done my seated sessions before and relaxed, you'll know that I talk about these a lot. And when these get tight, this is what causes a lot of imbalances within your face, and this can create headaches as well. So by stretching them off, you are working your trapezius muscles wonders. They're loving this. And again, inhale, so sit up nice and tall within the spine. Exhale, push the elbows down into those hips. And release. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. Elbows down into those hips. So when we're here, try not to let your head go forward. Keep your spine nice and long. And release. A few more times. Inhale. So sit up tall, inhale, but don't push the chest back. So we've got our cushions and our pillows and the back of our chair to support us. Exhale, elbows go down into those hips. Just take some normal deep breaths here. It doesn't look like I'm doing a lot, but I'm just really allowing my shoulders to stretch. And release. Let's do it one more time. So inhale, exhale, push down. So we've been 10 minutes so far. I did talk a little bit at the beginning, but then we did our breathing, and now we're doing these stretches. I know that when people tell you to do very minor stretches, it doesn't look like you're going to be doing a lot for your body. But I promise you, if you really take the time to stretch and do these very little baby stretches, you will feel a huge difference within your body. I promise. Sometimes the basic steps are the best. Okay, when we get really technical and complicated, yes, of course they help, but the simple little stretches, you'll never go wrong with them. And release. Now lift those shoulders right up into your ears. and then lower down. Let's do a few of those now. So inhale, we don't have to push the shoulders all the way down, but just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, breathe in and out, inhale, exhale, one more, inhale, exhale, and then just roll those shoulders forwards. So that's been 10 minutes, just some relaxing, lovely exercises for those shoulders. Now, we don't really realise how much we use our shoulders when we reach up to shelves, when we clean, painting and decorating, washing our hair, cleaning our teeth. We use our shoulders. If your arm is here, if your arm is up here, our shoulders are constantly getting used. And therefore, when we do that, it can create a lot of, sort of tension within the body. Because everyday life, we're humans. That's how we have to live. So but just by doing these few exercises here and there, of course, you can do these out of your television program. It's about 3 to 4 minutes. It feels like a long time when you're waiting for your program to come back on, doesn't it? But it's also the perfect time for you to be doing your exercises. Wonderful. And then relax. Now let's work on our chest areas. So we use our back muscles more than we use our chest muscles, and the reason why is just because that is kind of how we just, again, use a lot of things. We often use our biceps more than our triceps, and therefore those muscles become a little bit weaker because they're not getting used as much, and therefore they become lazier. What happens when they become lazier is that we then sit around like this, and then you think over time your chest muscles are slowly being compressed and not really getting worked. So now I'd like you to come to the edge of your seat if you can. Again, you can still use some cushions for support. If you have any sort of kind of lower back injuries, what you can do is put some cushions on your back, and they will help you to open, to just keep that support within the spine. Fingertips are on the shoulders here, and we're going to push the shoulders back and down, but not push the chest forward. So we just want to relax, drop those shoulders down. Try and keep that neck relaxed. And we'll do 3, 2, 1, and release. Wonderful. And now just relax and let everything settle back down, and try not to slump forward. Just try and keep that spine long. We're going to just relax the shoulder area here and the neck. Of course, the neck is very tender right at the top of that spine, so we don't want to overstretch or over pull ever. So hand on top, drop the shoulders down, just pull. Left hand on top of that left thigh, just pull slightly, but just relax it down. And again, this should feel very nice. Again, when I've spoken about this lots of times, but when you sleep, you will be amazed at how you will lay in the same position every night. And if you're like me, I lay on my front and turn my neck. Well, my poor neck over time is just obviously very, very tense. So I try my absolute best to stretch off my neck in the morning when I need to, because I know I've slept for probably a good 7 hours in one position. And release. Wonderful. Just roll those shoulders forwards. And other side. So what we want to do with this, some people jolt their head forward and then lean it. You literally need to keep your spine really long with your neck in line with that spine, and then just tilt your head. And that's where you're going to feel all here. So hand on top, drop that right shoulder down. Excuse me. Breathe in and out. And release. Wonderful. And then just roll those shoulders forward and down. Wonderful. And now we're going to open up and repeat that area, because often we sit like this, and we also find that when we're driving we sit like this, when we're eating, our chest muscles don't get stretched enough. So I encourage you in the morning to try and repeat this little, it's nearly been 20 minutes, but you're opening up your chest. And of course the chest and the back work hand in hand. Every part of your body has an opposite part, so we always have to try and work everything equally. And our back often gets a lot of stretches, but our shoulders and our chest doesn't. So now take your hands behind your lower back and just press your hands into the lower spine. If you find you need a little bit more room, you can walk a little bit more forward onto the seat, but you're still sat down. Now inhale and exhale, draw the elbows together. So I'm here trying to draw those together, dropping the shoulders down and away. Breathe in and out. And 3, 2, 1, release. Now you may have felt that all in the arms as well. We very rarely stretch our arms out. And of course our hands hold a lot of tension. That's why sometimes when we feel very stressed, we have a headache. It's because we're holding tension all in the upper part of our body. So we're going to repeat that again. So drop your shoulders away from the ears, tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Place the left hand down onto that thigh and stretch over. Breathe in and out. Take your time. Remember, if you feel any pulling, just release it off slightly. And release. And this time, just tilt your right shoulder, sorry, your chin over to your right shoulder. And come into the middle. Fabulous. And then tilt the left ear to the left shoulder. If you want, you can just tip your hand on top there, ever so slightly, but stretch out. Drop the right shoulder down and away. And release, come back up. Inhale, exhale, look over the left shoulder. Look forward. And now just round up and over with the shoulders, releasing down. So we've been now 20 minutes. That doesn't actually seem like a long time, does it? And you can even mute me, sorry, and you can have me running whilst you're still watching your program, because it's very easy to follow along. Nothing's ever too complicated, but we just want to open everything up. Now let's take the hands behind that lower back once again. Now really press the hands into the lower back, squeeze the elbows together, drop the shoulders down and away. Breathe in and out. And 3, 2, 1, just release. Now, we've stretched out the chest. Let's stretch that upper body. So hands are flat down onto your knees. Drop the shoulders, nod your chin around through. And lift up. Inhale. Exhale, nod that chin round through the upper back. Drop those shoulders. Press the fingertips lightly into the knees. And release and come up. Now you can come back to your support in your back if you need to for this one. Excuse me. Hands in front, drop the shoulders, nod your chin. Elbows come forward, drop the shoulders down. Now I actually feel a lot of tension in my upper neck. And come in. Inhale. Let's go again. Nod the chin, hands come forward, linking those hands together. Wonderful. Bring the hands back down. And now just sit however you normally sit. Just a little test. Just see how you normally sit. Just relax. And see the difference that you're going to feel. I feel like I've really stretched off the top of my shoulders. I feel like I've stretched off my arms. My arms feel a lot looser. And weirdly, my face feels a lot calmer. And that's because if you hold tension in your neck, that goes up into your jaw. You have muscles in your face, never forget that. And then into the face and into the head, we can create loads and loads of tension and stress. So when you take time to relax that upper body, you are going to feel that maybe you don't feel as congested. That's a massive one. Your sinuses are really affected when you hold a lot of stress and tension in the upper body. I once saw a chiropractor who released a lot of tension in my right side of my face just by pressing into my chest muscles. So it really, your body really is connected, never forget that. Okay, now I'm going to do a roll down but seated. And this is amazing what you can do. This will really help to stretch off from the lower back going right up and towards the top of the neck. However, please make sure you move your chair away from your desk so when you come back up, you don't hit your head. So hands are on top of the thighs, drop the shoulders, nod the chin, round it through, round, 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 all the way down. And when you start to feel that stretch, just hold it there. So you might not be able to take your hands all the way down to the floor, that's okay. But you want to feel that stretch. And then take the hands onto the thighs and pull back a little bit with the upper body. And then stretch. Three, 2, 1. Gently roll all the way back up. Good. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Nod your chin towards your chest. Let's do that again. Exhaling, come all the way down. Hands down, round through the upper neck. Gently roll up. Drop the shoulders down and away. Fantastic. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to do one more stretch, and this is now to open the sides of the body. So if you think we've opened up the neck, we've opened up the shoulders, the upper back and the chest, the muscles here as well, we're all connected. And sometimes if you find that when you're typing, you might actually lean further forward. If you're right-handed, you will go and move your mouse with that hand. You'll pick up the phone with that hand. You'll grab your cup of tea with that hand. And what you find is that every so often you keep pulling yourself over to one side. And that is how we create sort of unbalance within your body. So take the right hand onto your left knee and take your left hand behind you as best you can. I try and place mine by my right hip, but you do whatever you can. If you need to take your pillows away from you to create a bit more space, you can do. Now the trick with this one is to really drop your shoulders down and away. We don't want the shoulders rising right up into the neck because that is going to not help us at all. So inhale and exhale, drop those shoulders and then look over your left shoulder and you'll feel a lovely stretch into that left side. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, breathe out, and release. Excuse me, drop the shoulders down, relax. Then right hand behind, left hand onto right shoulder, drop those shoulders, look over that right shoulder. Keep the spine as long and tall as you can. And inhale, exhale, release. Wonderful. We've got a few more minutes. So take your cushion back if you removed it to keep your spine really relaxed. And we're going to just breathe for a minute. We're going to breathe in and out. We're going to relax ourselves down whilst taking everything in that we've just done. So we want to place the hands on top of the thighs and we're going to keep the shoulders down. We're going to keep the spine supported. Try not to lean too much. Don't have your feet too far away or too close into the body, just flat out in front of you, just so you can see the tips of your toes. The chin is parallel to the thighs, and inhale. You can close your eyes if you wish. Exhale. Breathe in and out. Keep those shoulders down, in and out. Inhale. Exhale. In, out. In and out. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more for luck. Inhale and exhale. And well done, everyone. That is your 30-minute seated Pilates for beginners and for office workers or people that maybe sit down a lot and just need an extra stretch in their upper body. Remember, this is always saved to the page. I try and break them down into 10-minute sections. So if you've only got 10 minutes a day, it's okay. You can come back to this at any time. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Monday for more Pilates. Bye-bye.